Hi everyone, welcome to episode 4 of Roaming with Gypsy Stardust. My name's Trisha and I'm the owner and dyer of Gypsy Stardust Yarn and Fiber. Today I'm filming from home, so you'll probably hear a lot of background noise from my little ones who are upstairs playing. But I have a lot to talk about today and I'm really excited, so let's jump right in. First thing to talk about is my upcoming Fiber Festival. I'm going to be hosting my very first festival this summer and I'm super excited about it. It's going to be July 22nd and it's going to be at the Harrison Room in Harrison City, PA. Here's a picture with some of the information on it. What I'm doing right now is recruiting vendors. So if you're local to southwestern Pennsylvania and you're an indie dyer, maybe you work with roving or fiber arts, even some handcraft artisans, shoot me a message. I will send you an application and see if you'd be a good fit for the festival. The venue is beautiful. It's got so much space, lots of room for vendors, lots of bright sunny windows. The lighting is fantastic. It is handicap accessible. It's right on the ground floor. Plenty of parking. There's restrooms, there's water fountains. It's a beautiful venue, so I'm very excited to have my Fiber Festival there. We're also going to have a pretty large give and take table. So if you have some yarn in your stash that you're looking to get rid of, old patterns, things like that, you just put them on the table, see if anything catches your eye. It's all free. It's a give and take table. And we're also going to have Pit Knits there. They're going to be doing some charity wrapping. So for a donation of about $5, they will wind your skeins of yarn into cakes. So they're going to be collecting for their local charity, and once I have more information on that, I'll post that as well. So you can find more information about my Gypsy Stardust Yarn and Fiber Festival on Facebook. There is an event page if you'd like more information or to contact me. It's also on my Gypsy Stardust Facebook group and in my Ravelry group. So you can find more information in any of those places. Next up, our read along. We're doing our very first knit and read along. So what we're going to be reading is Tulip Fever. You see that? I actually saw a trailer for the movie on TV. The movie is going to be coming out, I think, in August, and it looks fantastic. So I'm really excited to read the book. It's about a young girl. It's back in the 1630s. It's in Amsterdam. It's about a young girl who's actually bought by a wealthy man to be his wife, and she's expected to be, the pretty, beautiful wife. And he is going to have their portrait painted. And of course, there's this scandalous love between her and the painter. I don't think this book is going to be for people who kind of, blush easily. It looks like a pretty scandalous novel, but the preview looked fantastic for the movie, so I'm very excited to read the book. It's also written. The chapters look very short. The chapters only look to be about 2 or 3 pages each, and they're told from the perspective of the different characters. It's under 300 pages, so I don't think it's going to be a very long read. I think it'll move pretty fast. You can find more information about our knit and read along on my Facebook group because we're going to be doing all of the discussions there. I've broken it down into chapters. So if you feel like you're going to fall behind, don't worry. It's going to say, chapters 1 through whatever, discuss here. Chapters 15 through whatever, discuss here. So you won't get the spoilers if you haven't caught up yet. So the book looks fantastic, and the pattern that we're going to be working on is the Tulip Tree cardigan. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. I'm afraid it's black and white. I just printed out the pattern today. It looks like the pattern is going to be broken down into different sections, leaves, flowers, and if you can get a good look at that. But it looks like it's broken down into different sections. You can make it as small or as large as you want. It looks like there's a small, a large, and a very large. It says large 2. So the chart is written out and it's also in chart form. So whichever is the easiest way for you to do a pattern, you can do that. If you are not a knitter, we are also going to have a crochet pattern to go along with it, the Sugar Plum shawl. Another person in my group was doing it and it looked beautiful. She's using my rainbow gradient yarn and I'm dying to see what it's going to look like. I'm so excited. So we'll have the crochet pattern available as well. Check out my Facebook page. I have links to both of those patterns. They can be found on Ravelry. And I dyed up some new colors to go with the book to kind of fit into everything. So this is the first color. It's called Gardens, and it's a very deep green. I feel like the camera doesn't show just how dark the green is. But it's a very beautiful, and it's all done on sparkle fingering weight yarn, so it all has a nice shimmer to it. The next one I did is Yellow Tulips. And I think actually for mine, I think I'm gonna pair up these two colors and do the vine sections in the green and then the flower and blossom sections in the yellow. That's my plan. I was torn for a little while, but I think that's what I'm gonna go with. The next color is called Deep Red Tulips, and it's a very beautiful, like a dark wine sort of color. And the last one is called Sophia's Dress. In the trailer, the character Sophia first appears to the painter in this amazing blue dress. The shade of blue is just breathtaking, and I did my best to try to replicate it with that. So those are the 4 new colors. I just posted them on Etsy today, and I've already had 3 orders. So if you do want one of those colors for the knit along, I suggest you snatch them up so that you have time. The Read and Knit Along starts on Monday, the 15th. So make sure you have your copy of the book, get your copy of the pattern, grab the yarn that you want, and join us for the knit along. I'm really excited about it. So make sure you check that out. Okay. Next up is the Stash Dash. I've never heard of the Stash Dash before. My friend Patrice told me about it. She said that there's a group on Ravelry called Knit Girls, and every summer they do this amazing contest called Stash Dash, where they encourage people to pull out all of their works in progress, all of their whips, and to get through as many as they can. Now, it runs from May 26th to August 20th. So that's a big chunk of time to get a lot of your projects finished. It's not a competition. You're just kind of competing with yourself. You figure out how many whips you want to get done and see if you can get that many finished. I think you keep track of yardage. So if you have a big long scarf and you just have this last little bit left, you finish that last little bit, but you count the yardage of the entire scarf. So bonus. So I started to go through all of my works in progress, and I had a ton, so I'm gonna pull out a couple and show you guys some of the stuff that I'm gonna be working on. The first one I need to finish, and I know I'm gonna say the name wrong because I always mess it up, but I believe it's called the Hito Fude shawl. I was working on it. It was supposed to be our group's fall knit along, and as you can see, I'm so far behind with getting it done, it's embarrassing. But here is a picture of what it's looking like. I'm using my Hera colorway in this sparkle yarn, and I got a big chunk of it done. I'm down to, I'd say, below the waist, so I just have about 3 more pattern repeats to go. So I definitely need to finish that one. Let's see what else is in here. This one. I don't even remember what the pattern is called, and that's bad. Apparently I started it quite a while ago. But it's supposed to be a very cute tunic that goes down over the top and then down the back. I'll have to find my pattern. Let me see if it's in here. I have so much stuff in my work in progress bags. It's crazy. Is this it? No. Okay. I'm not sure what the pattern name is. I'll have to find it, but I'm doing it with the Gypsy Dance in sparkle weight. Here is another one that I started. This one I'm working with on mohair. So we will see how this one comes out. This is called the Whispering Leaves Lace Cardigan. So this I'm doing with my deep forest mohair. Oh, mohair tangled in a knot, not good. Okay, so here's what this is looking like. I have barely started. This is going to be the collar. It is incredibly lightweight and very airy. Here's a picture kind of what it's going to look like once I get that done. I think it's very ambitious already that I think I'm going to even get these 3 done during the stash dash. But wait, I have more. Let's move that out of the way. I also have my Aloe top, which is pretty popular on Ravelry right now. I'm doing this with this really fun sparkle yarn that I was gifted at Christmas from a friend of mine. It's a very lightweight, airy sort of wrap. It's like not quite a cardigan, but not quite a wrap. But it looks absolutely adorable, and I love the sparkle yarn. I'm doing this layout tank top for our group's spring knit along, and it's actually coming along great. I'm doing it with Ice Yarn, which is a vendor that I like to buy from. And this is a bamboo blend, and it's going to be, it goes all the way up and then it kind of wraps almost like a, not quite a halter top, but not quite straps. So I have that one. And my fall pullover, again, it was meant for last fall, but because I have a problem with starting patterns and not finishing them, it will be ready for this coming fall. So look at that. Isn't that a beautiful color? I still need to finish the bottom, maybe another couple inches down here. And the sleeves and the big V-neck, that's going to be, I think, a button band. I believe the pattern said it's going to be a button band. All right, what else do I have? Oh, my husband's cardigan. He asked me to make this for him, I think like 2 years ago. And I'm working on it, I swear, but it's one of those cardigans that you knit all the way from one side all the way around, and I feel like even if I binge out on Netflix, I still only get a couple of inches, a couple of rows, and it does take a long time to do. And of course he wants it in a nice dark gray, and it's stuck in that stitch for as long as the eye can see. So it's slow going, but it will get there. Maybe the stash dash will help me to get it done. This cardigan is called, I believe it's the Harvest cardigan. I'll have to double check the pattern. I think it's called the Harvest cardigan. I'm doing this with my daughter. She wanted to learn how to knit something more complicated than a scarf. So we are kind of knitting this at the same time with each other, but I do kind of want to pick up the pace so that I can wear it pretty soon and just kind of have it finished and maybe encourage her to finish hers. But you can kind of see I got pretty far. We both decided that we want to just do short sleeve because it's made with such a heavy yarn. But I do have quite a lot of inches to go before I reach the bottom. So that's all the projects in that bag. Little kid wise, I'm making a super cute tunic for my youngest. These are the colors that she picked. Just a very pretty self-striping yarn. I think she picked it. It's Lion Brand Baby Soft. So there's the one that I'm working on for her. This is a sparkle cardigan for my 8-year-old. She picked out this color, but this is my Aphrodite sparkle yarn. And it's kind of neat because I'm working back and forth instead of in the round. It's come up with some really neat, how it kind of X's and zigzags a little bit. It's got a nice cable pattern in it too. So that's her project. And my son, I'm counting this as a work in progress because I went through the work of wrapping it into a cake, but he's going to get this little twister vest. And we're going to use the magic lamp in the DK weight. So we'll see if we can get that finished. And let's see, my last bag of projects is this corn husk pullover. This one might not make it to Stash Dash because I'm actually trying to finish it before the Fiber Festival next weekend. But this is going to be a beautiful pullover. Let's see if I got a picture of it here for you. Here's what it looks like. And what I'm using is Serdidimus on the bottom. That's going to be the variegated yarn. The dark blue is going to be the lace, and then more of the variegated where it's the stockinette stitch. So I've already made it to where it breaks off for the variegated, and I'm casting on to add to the arms. So in theory, I might actually be able to finish this before the Waynesburg Fiber Festival. We'll see. If I finish it for the Fiber Festival, I'll be wearing it. If I do not, then it will go into the Stash Dash pile. This is definitely going into the Stash Dash pile. This was a shawl that I was working on with 2 different kinds of yarn, and I made a horrible rookie mistake where I did not have enough yarn, and I gifted the extra yarn that I had to a friend of mine. And I had to very humbly ask her for the yarn back so that I could finish this last little bit. You can kind of see how the edging, I thought it was just binding off edging. I didn't realize that it was all these rows going on. So I had to kind of ask her for it back, and she's such a good friend. She even wrapped it into a ball for me. I love you, Patrice. You are my best friend, truly, in so many ways. This one is going to be a beautiful zigzag top. Let's find out where the top actually is. Here we go. This is going to be a spring and summer top. It's made with a really lightweight cotton, and it's got a nice zigzag to it. It stripes beautifully. This is another one that I got from Ice Yarns. Just beautiful colors, nice and soft. It is going to be perfect once the warm weather sets in. The last top that I'm going to try to finish for the Stash Dash is a cardigan for myself. I'm not gonna lie, I think I started it like 2 years ago. I don't even remember the name of the pattern. I've just been calling it my lavender cardigan. Here's the back of it. And the reason why I really love this cardigan is it's not set up like a regular cardigan. You have one front panel that is the same, but the other front panel, you actually knit a lace panel separate. You're going to knit the lace on it, and then the lace drapes over the front and buttons onto the other side. So it's done with a fingering weight yarn, which is probably why it's taking me forever. And once I finish the lace part, I'm almost done with the bottom, and then I'll move on to the lace, and I think that will definitely help to speed up the process. But I want to get this done. It's such a beautiful color. They all are. And if any of you guys are like me, it's so easy to cast on and start projects, but there's just something. It's always so much more fun to cast on than it is to finish and do all the seaming. So I have a ton of projects for the Stash Dash. I'm going to post a link in my Ravelry group, so if you'd like to share some of the projects that you're going to work on in the Stash Dash, I'd love to see your pictures. We can cheer each other on, and I'll have the link to the Knit Girls page so that you can enter all your information in there as well. So, all right, Stash Dash. Last up is a new project that I've been working on for my group, and I'm hoping to have a nice line of them ready for the Waynesburg Fiber Festival. But I am going to be creating jewelry. For any of you who have met me in person, I absolutely love jewelry. I love earrings. You can kind of see the ones that I'm rocking today. I love the big ornate dangly earrings. So I figured, why not make my own? Not only can you knit with Gypsy Stardust, but you can also wear the Gypsy Stardust jewelry. So here is one that I have been working on. Let me see if I can put it behind something so you can see it a little better. There we go. That's one of a set that I've finished. And here's another one. So definitely stay tuned, because probably over the next week or so, I'm going to be listing these on Etsy, and it will be a brand new part of the shop. It will be Gypsy Stardust Jewelry, and you'll be able to purchase some of the earrings for yourself, and I'll have all of the information up for that as well. So, all right. Next Fiber Festival up is going to be the Waynesburg Festival. That's going to be May 20th and 21st. I will be vending at that one. After that, my festival, Gypsy Stardust Yarn and Fiber Festival, that's going to be July 22nd. That's going to be in the Harrison Room in Harrison City, Pennsylvania. So if you're local to Southwestern Pennsylvania, definitely check it out. All of the information is on my event page on Facebook and on any of my other social media sites, my Gypsy Stardust Facebook group or the Ravelry site, wherever you follow me on social media. Don't forget Instagram, Gypsy Stardust 123. I've picked up a bunch of new followers. I try to follow you guys back. I'd love to see the projects that you're making. And thank you so much for all the people who tagged me from the last Fiber Festival and showed me the yarn that they purchased, the projects that they're making. I absolutely love it. So please keep tagging me, keep sharing the projects that you make with my yarn. I love to see them. All right, I will chat with you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.